I think interior design is important because it is the culmination of all the different disciplines that we include at Strang. So you have each of your engineering fields as well as architecture, and you're bringing them all together to make sure everyone is coordinated, but then also that it's a beautiful space. It could be perfectly functional in every way, but that extra aspect of beauty is an important part that is really what you experience at the end of the day when you were to walk into the space.
Interior design is important because the spaces that we occupy every day and how they're designed affect how we gather, how we work, how we move through the space, how we speak, and even how we feel. So it kind of goes back to human ecology, which is the study of how humans interact and how they're affected by their surroundings. So interior design is very important given all that context. It has to be really thoughtfully done based on the client and the project and what your end goal is.
Interior designers are a vital part of every commercial design project. So we have an understanding on more of a micro level of how people use the space and how they interact with it, how furniture should be arranged, how people interpret color, and that is just a more detailed level than maybe an architect who has a more broad, holistic understanding of an entire project. So we really focus on the human experience in the space and how people will move about it and how they will experience all different spaces within a project. So I think that is the most important part of what we do, and although color and material selection is part of it, and a very important part, it's more about the human experience. I approach interior design for different sectors by really getting to know the client and understanding what their needs and challenges are. There's a lot of crossover and similarities between the different types of design. So it's really, every design is a unique solution for the client. So it's about getting to know them and understanding them before we start to design a space.
Working in architecture and interior design is conceptualizing things three-dimensionally. So visualizing how I see the final building or portions of the interior space, from roofs, ceilings, walls, colors, lighting, deconstructing that, and then starting at the beginning and producing a set of drawings that's technically correct and constructible.
The day in the life of my job actually varies day to day. One day I could be programming a space for a client. I could be working with environmental branding and determine how they want to visually represent that or create the mood in their space. Some days I might be on site, visiting a site, making sure that things are installed correctly. So it really does vary day to day.
The skill that I think has helped me the most so far is communication. So visual communication we do all the time with clients. That's renderings, presentations, things like that. But then just down to the everyday written and oral communication you have with your colleagues. I just think being able to express your thoughts is like the most important tool that you can have as a designer.
Interpersonal skills and understanding how to approach different people. Everyone thinks and works differently, and that's wonderful. Diversity is a wonderful part of the human experience, and everyone receives and puts out information differently. So the more I can do to help understand that and cater my approach to the person that I'm working with, I think the better and more successful a project is.